good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Alternative Healthcare Career Group. If you can hear me live, please comment live. If you are watching on the replay, please comment replay. Because we want to know if you're watching or the replay or the live. Please type in live if you are watching live. I'm checking on my cell phone if we are really live, but I guess we are live. But again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for people who are watching today or tonight. Unfortunately, we have our special guest. Her name is Giselle. She is out of the country. Imagine that. She's out of the country. She owns and operates how to start your kids' gym thing, where she was supposed to teach that. But before I keep on going, she canceled, and today we've got a special guest too. But before I keep on going, I would like to show you this quote here. It says here, embrace who you are, not where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace who you are, not who you are. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. What do you call this? Quote from my calendar. It says, embrace who you are, not where you are. A lot of us here, we are talking about, hey, I'm here right now. I got fired. I got laid off. I can't find a job, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? There's something in you, ladies and gentlemen. You are planted in that situation. You are planted in that situation and try to grow in that situation right now, right, ladies and gentlemen? You're like a seed being planted. When you're inside that, when you're a seed and then being planted in that soil, guess what? It's dark, right? It's dark. You're in that soil, and that soil feels like you're pushing down. But if you keep going, if you keep believing for the best, if you keep watering that seed, well, guess what? That seed will eventually come out. It will become a plant, right? It will become a plant, and eventually you get your branches, you'll get your leaves, and eventually you will create some fruit of that labor. Well, guess what? You still got to do your part. Do your part, ladies and gentlemen. So embrace who you are. Embrace who you are, not where you are. All right. Well, that's my special encouragement for you today. But for tonight, oh, I see somebody commenting there, growing where I am. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Grow, whoever this lady is or gentleman. Right now, we can't see you. I think, you know how Facebook is. It says, growing where I am. That is so true. You grow where you at right now, ladies and gentlemen. You grow where you at right now. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our special guest for tonight. He's supposed to be interviewed November, but we got him tonight. So he's a friend of mine, and I said, hey man, I need somebody tonight. And he said, yeah, why not, Michael? Well, that's not his voice, but yeah, Michael, why not? So well, without further ado, I would like to introduce my friend in Chicago. He is based in Illinois. Well, there you go. It's Ray Berardinelli. Thank you very much, Ray, for watching. I appreciate you. Hey, guys, if you need an artificial intelligence EMR, you got to check out Mr. Ray Berardinelli. There you go. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce my friend in Chicago. He is a Chicago man. He is there in Illinois, and he's actually a physical therapist, ladies and gentlemen. It says here he is a physical therapist. He got his degree in University of Bohol in the Philippines. We're going to ask him where that is in the Philippines, right? He has a degree also in psychology and leadership degree from College of Saint Scholastica. I am assuming that that is here in the States. And he also had an experience serving in the United States Air Force as an operating room surgical assistant stationed in Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I don't know where that is. He's probably going to tell us that later. And also, he had the opportunity to serve as an honor guard while in service. Well, thank you very much, sir, for serving. So currently, he is the director of marketing for their practice called MaxiCare Physical Therapy and Wellness. They've got different branches all over, not just in Illinois, but different states. We're going to ask him that later, where he incorporates the needleless acupuncture treatment. All right, we're going to ask him that, where they treat patients how to balance their autonomic nervous system. Remember, we that autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic, the parasympathetic. We're going to talk about that later. Ask him. So right now, he has shifted into the field of functional nutrition in the past 5 months, he said, wherein he helps other therapists and other healthcare professionals open up their own clinic, their patient, the nutrition-based business. And of course, without further ado, my good friend based in Chicagoland, Mr. Mike Lim, the pain master practitioner. Ladies and gentlemen,
well, thank you.
Clap. Mike, what is going on with you there in Chicago? Could you tell?
Well, it's getting colder here. Exciting. COVID really brought about a lot of opportunities outside the field of healthcare. You know, when something closes, something opens, and God means for things to happen. And so, just being grateful for God's opportunity for us to flourish with a new line of business outside physical therapy. And so that's why you got excited about knowing what my other businesses are, in addition to just physical therapy, because physical therapy is a belly to belly business. And with COVID, how can you be belly to belly, right? And so just great opportunities out there to share tonight. And thank you for having me, Mike.
Well, thank you again, Mike, for coming over. I really appreciate you, man. Before I keep on going, again, if you're watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, please comment replay. Our episode for tonight is brought to you by
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Alternative Healthcare Career Group. Tonight we got Mike Lim. He is actually a physical therapist based in Chicago, wherein he has served the military. He's got all this crazy alternative career. He owns MaxiCare Physical Therapy and Wellness. And he before we went live, he was actually showing me one of his disinfecting company where they disinfect not people, where they disinfect what you call this, different facilities,
offices,
and stuff like that.
So we do homes, offices, basically any businesses that require disinfecting, sanitizing solutions. So we create that formula at home.
Oh wow! Could you tell us more about that, Mike, before we dive into the other stuff?
Well, all right. So this is one of my businesses that I juggle in one of my hats. So, this was something that my wife found for the family. Like, let's get into this disinfecting business because people are looking for eco-friendly solutions and not just bleach. Bleach is harmful, guys, if you know that. So eco-friendly is
sure we can't drink it?
What?
I said, are you sure we can't drink it?
Well, you can, but there'll be side effects, and that is guaranteed. So with our eco-friendly solutions, we have our on-site generator, and an on-site generator is like that machine that is from Texas. It's from Genion Technology. So I want you to think sodium chloride is our basic catalyst, one of our catalysts, and sodium chloride, when introduced with a low voltage current. So just going to read off here. So when sodium chlorides are exposed to the low current, voltage current, the positive side of the chlorine ion changes into hypochlorous acid, which is a powerful sanitizer. So now we have a solution to help sanitize businesses. And the negative side also converts the sodium ion into sodium hydroxide, which is a cleaning compound commonly found in soaps. And so we have a heavy-duty cleaner and all multi-purpose cleaners too. So we have two kinds of solutions, the cleaners and the disinfectants, which is amazing. And they are approved by the FDA and FTC. I mean, what's that? So the hypochlorite solution is basically represented by free available chlorine that is 80 to 200 times stronger than chlorine bleach. And because the product is near neutral pH, it's not going to bleach out furnitures or clothes. And just an example, I have here some sample here. And basically what I do is when I go to different stores, I show them this. I can even do that to my mouth. Who does that with bleach? So you can't do that because this is so safe and eco-friendly, even safe for plants, animals, food, restaurants, just about anywhere where you can't just apply bleach to clean and disinfect other places.
On my mouth.
So I use this as a sample, and you can even smell chlorine here, which is strong on bleach too. So this is just one of the samples that I bring about doing this from business to business.
Is there a machine that you have and then it fogs up the place, or?
So we have a fogging machine as well. So where is that? So this is the on-site generator where we make our own solutions. And the fogging machine, look at my messy office. So the fogging machines are there. So we got two different foggers. It's just a business where, a solopreneur for now, because until we get more traction, we just launched our business like 2 months ago. And I've been juggling 2 other businesses in addition to this one. So I have multiple hats, but every hat has a purpose, and they just existed for a good reason.
Yeah.
So that's one of my business is disinfecting and eco-friendly disinfection, which is really great if you're a healthcare profession and you love to help people. This is a good avenue as an alternative career business.
You know what? I've been my wheels are turning right now. I mean, imagine you could serve all the different clinics, the different facilities, the different areas here. I mean, we need that. We need. I saw another brand online, and they were specifically targeting therapy clinics. And yeah, I mean, the Molecule, something like that. Says Molecule. I don't know if you've heard them. So.
I was just over at a physical therapy practice like yesterday, and you always look for the office manager. The office manager makes decisions other than the owner, and so he was just asking, what's the kill rate? Most disinfectants and cleaners take about 5 to 10 minutes of keeping the surface wet to make it disinfect and kill bacteria. The kill rate for this one is only 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, you can just wipe it off. That's how strong it is to clean up bacteria and disinfect. And so I asked them, what are you using for your clinic? Most clinics use bleach. They dilute the bleach with 2 tablespoons for every gallon or something. But if you dilute, how will you know the strength is effective? So, but that's just very conservative. But that's how traditional places work. But it is not eco-friendly. This is unique. This is eco-friendly products that we sell, and that makes a difference. Eco-friendly versus not eco-friendly, or unsafe solutions.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. My wheels are turning right now. All the different businesses that you can serve. Well, anyway, I know that wasn't our topic for tonight. Our topic for tonight is how to start your own practice using the microcurrent system that you are actually using. So, could you tell us more about how you started your practice as a single practitioner, a solopreneur, and how you grew this business? And now that you've got different staff, and you mentioned about different clinics in different states, and how did you do this, man? I mean, last time I was talking to you, you were just in a small clinic in a small room in a facility in a building there in Chicagoland, and now you're telling me that you're moving to a bigger place in your clinic there in Chicago, and you've got different partnership with different states now. Could you tell us more about that?
It's a business in progress, let's just say. So I've done my career, basically 18 of it, doing home care. And home care means you look for CEUs that associate with whatever you're doing, right? And so pain management was what stood out the most. Pain management, it really fits the bill when you do home care, because you can't do lymphatic massage or whatever. Ortho for home care, it doesn't really apply because they're just homebound. So basically, home care means pain management, which is great. So I found microcurrent point stimulation therapy about 4 or 5 years ago now, and that was amazing because microcurrent, I wasn't really expecting a lot, but it says needleless acupuncture. It was like acupuncture model, and I wanted to be like an acupuncturist. So I jumped into that seminar, and it was an eye-opener, knowing that TENS unit that we therapists grew up since college, that is like one of our bread and butter, TENS unit for pain management. But only to know that TENS unit operate on alternating current. And alternating current is not good for your nervous system because your nervous system runs on DC. So DC current is not how our body runs. Okay, your pacemakers and bone stimulators, they're all DC current. That's why if you introduce an alternating current like a TENS unit, it does not really work well with a TENS. So that was an eye opener, and learning more about the nervous system, what are stressors for the nervous system, that really paved way for me to start opening a business model. So as I was doing home care, and I still use the microcurrent on patients. A patient's sister wanted me to help her with her knee pain. She's a PT out of state, but she just came to visit, and she was impressed with how I treated her sister. And so she said, "How much do you charge for me to be a client?" So I gave her, like, I get paid $75 an hour visit, so that's how I will charge you. So I just stayed an extra 45 minutes with my patients, and so that's how it started. Is just expanding help. Not just keeping the services to your patient, but helping. And so once that started, I did not restrict my reach out. I help patients, caregivers. I wanted to play more and help more, because the more people know about me, the more people can share about me, right? So I take care of patients, caregivers. I take care of facilities, caregivers, because if I can take care of them, they'll take care of my patients. So think about that. You want to create a good relationship, not just for your patients, but for the family, because you are trying to brand yourself as the person to go to. And so I opened up the practice. It was called Pain Rehab at Home. Pain Rehab at Home is born. I visited people's home, and that was not convenient because people lived far. I had to bring a bed. I had to get over their bed, until I found a convenient location, like center around my drive. We called it Advanced Pain Rehab, because Pain Rehab at Home didn't feel first. When you're letter P in the alphabet, you're like stuck in the middle in a phone book. But if I had Advanced Pain Rehab, that would be like the first thing in the address book. So that's how it came about. And so I did that as a side hustle, a side business, as I did home care. But yeah, it was hard because it was a cash-based business. But long story short, I did what I do, treated everybody to the best I can. My philosophy is fix you one and done or two and done, guaranteeing patients pain relief, 80% or more in your first visit. And I delivered. And so MaxiCare, a staffing company, invited me over to join their team. And in exchange for my practice, I'll help you grow your business, and let's expand to other states. So that's how I joined in with MaxiCare, being a brand with the other states already. So it was a good trade-off. And expanding to the other states is still a work in progress, because COVID really shut down that development, and Chicago was our first clinic. And if we can't grow the Chicagoland, it's hard to prove that other states will work. And so we are trying to get the other states going. We are moving to a new location because it's just tough market when brand new, and 90% of our doctors are already bought by the hospital system. And where do you get traction if you don't have a referral source? So hopefully by moving to this new location, no other therapy clinic within the next 4 miles, pretty good spot, and a great start for the year, and marketing being my niche, because I've been linked to the community, belonging to 3 different chamber networks, to different networking groups. I love to be social. I love to be in the community. You got to be out there. You just can't sit in the office sending emails and stuff. You got to be out there meeting people until COVID again. So that's our journey. You can't grow if you have a small office. So you have to expand. And by getting a bigger facility, it means you got to put more work into it. So to challenge yourself and to grow it, make it grow. And so that's the story of that MaxiCare is we are super inspired by using the techniques of being unique. Because every therapy place is always going to be therapy. And what makes you different, So scar tissue release is something that we're going to be branding ourselves with. And so that's where I am helping this business grow. I know I've been talking a lot, but thanks for the opportunity.
No,
Mike?
man, just keep going. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are still watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, please comment replay. I know this is Gwen. Gwen, thank you very much for watching. She said, good word, grow where you are. Grow where you are. And of course, this is Mr. Ray Berardinelli. Thank you very much, Ray. Back at you too. You got to come back in our show, Ray. You got to come back. And of course, Mr. Jimmy McKay. Jimmy McKay. Thank you very much, sir, for having me on your show. I really appreciate that. If you guys haven't seen and watched, you got to subscribe to Jimmy McKay's podcast, either the PT Pintcast, wherein he drinks beer there, enjoying, or the NPT StudyCast if you're a student. So, yep, that is so true. And I think this is Gwen again. She said, taking care of the caregivers. That's what Mike is talking about. You're not just taking care of your patient. You're taking care of the caregivers too, because those are potential patients too. The reason why I like Mike's concept on his. I was really attracted to, not to him, right? Because he's married. I was really attracted to the system that he has. I went to Chicago and trained under him using those microcurrent devices. And I was impressed on how he marketed himself as the pain expert, as the scar guy, or whatever you call that, the pain expert there in Chicago. And if you're going to go to his website or his YouTube channel, I thought, really, literally, Mike, I thought you were paying those people. I thought he was paying those people how to actually, get better. It's like, oh gosh, you know what? I went to him. I asked Mike to treat my neck and my shoulder that time. Man, I felt so much better. And it's about the delivery, about how the words that you say to your caregivers. We all know the techniques. All we need to do is learn how to properly, appropriately market ourselves. You cannot be just a wandering generality. I like what he said. I'm writing things down, ladies and gentlemen. You need to learn how to market yourself uniquely. Do you think there's so much, like what he said, there's so much clinics out there. And same thing when you're trying to look for a job. There are a lot of people who got fired. A lot of people who actually was let go. A lot of people who were like, no jobs right now. How can you compete? How can you compete with another person, another person who has their DPT? How can you? Yes, you get another certification. Yes, you write your own book. Yes, you be the thought leader in your community. So I'm not saying get all those letters behind your name, but start marketing yourself. Create your own website. Reach out to Emma if you need some website. Reach out to somebody. Create something that will make you an instant authority. How do you become an instant authority? Create and write a book instantly. Just Just right now, there's another lady that sent me her book. Her name is Laxmi de Jesus. She sent me her book instantly. She becomes an instant authority when it comes to the wisdom at sunset. I don't know what that means, but it says here what grandma and grandma have to say. Basically, it's all about Alzheimer's and dementia. She attended my class last time. Yes, she attended the Alzheimer's disease and dementia care seminar, the required course to be a certified dementia practitioner. If you want to get that class, the link is down there on our ticker banner over there. But during that class, I taught her how to write a book and then publish it. Kabam! Because guess what? A lot of people will get those CDP too. They're certified dementia practitioner, and guess what? A lot of people will say that certification didn't help them. Well, guess what? It will not help you if you don't take action on it. I like what Mike said. I like what he said here.
I got 2 books coming up too.
You stay inside your clinic and do your emailing. No, it will only do you good if you actually go out and market yourself. You actually go out. You network with people in your community so you could be the thought leader. I had to go out and interview people in my community. I would go out, I would go attend conferences, and I would interview those people, like, you know, the marketing lady, the administrator, the rehab director. I would interview them so I could get patients when the patient gets discharged home, right? So I like what Mike said, and you got to learn how to expand. I like what he said. How can you grow if you are in that comfort zone? Mike was in his comfort zone in that small clinic. Well, guess what he's doing right now? They're moving. Is it 4 miles away, Mike?
Oh, we're moving. No, not 4 miles. We're moving like 15 miles away to a place where we don't have competitors. Location makes key too. There might be therapists who say, hey, they try to promote like you can grow 1 million people, you know, in revenue in the middle of 20 other competitors. Well, not during COVID. That's not gonna be likely. You know, you can show that number before COVID, maybe, but you know, it's different, and it's hard to grow your own business if you're a solopreneur, because you're selling, you're treating, and you're scheduling and answering phone calls. It's not gonna work. You have to find. If you're a practitioner, you got friends. Why are you not reaching out to your friends and trying to create partnership? You know, friends, simple. How often you talk and ask them about teamwork? Because we have a little pride, and that was me, my weakness before. I did not want to partner with anyone because I want to be the only one. And yes, I did great. The only practitioner who can fix whiplash in 2 sessions or 1. You know, or concussion, but there was no growth. It was hours for dollars. Okay, and it takes a commitment to grow. When you can't grow if you're by yourself. You can grow exponentially when you have a team with you. My suggestion: you can find an OT, a PT, whatever. You know, another business-minded like you. So you attract who you are. You're not gonna attract just anybody. You attract who you want to attract. Okay, so you already know that. Just take time to brainstorm, you know, have a conversation. It doesn't have to be business right away. Just ask, you know, hey, what do you think? Are you thinking of a business? Because a lot of people are thinking of opening their business, but no one has offered them an opportunity to partner with them. That's the key. Opportunities are always something that people look for, but no one is sharing them that opportunity. So talk to your friend. You know, if you want to create an opportunity, then talk to them. Because I have a third hat, and that's in nutrition. And that has brought about a lot of opportunities by helping other healthcare professions open their own healthcare business using nutrition as leverage, you know, specializing them. Because branding us as therapists is one thing, but branding you as a nutrition expert physical therapist makes a whole lot different than just another therapist on the corner, you know, because people see more value. Do you know that your gut is your second brain? Well, we all know that, right? Trust your gut. You know, your gut feeling is always right. Gut feeling is always right. And so we know that the gut is highly associated with your nervous system. And if your gut is wrong, something is wrong, you've been eating unhealthy foods, then your nervous system is going to crash. ANS, autonomic nervous system. Here we go again. If you keep creating stress to your gut, then your autonomic nervous system goes in fight or flight nonstop, and then that leads to cortisol, and cortisol is stress, creating this organ dysfunction. And so, what better way for you to help patients using nutrition? Now, how often you talk nutrition with your patients? You've done home care, Mike. Do you talk food? Hardly. We just talk about what were you doing yesterday. How was your family? But what did you had for breakfast? Why are you still having these issues? Your body can heal.
You know what? Sometimes we really need to be intentional about it. I mean, I still do home health. I still have contracts with different home health agencies, and I am intentional about finishing the Oasis. That was my goal. My intention is not to actually treat and heal the patient. My intention is to finish the Oasis and the paperwork. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, probably in the nursing home, a little bit you refer it to the speech therapist. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's my intention. But if you become an actual specific nutritional or whatever pain management, guess what? You're going to be really specific and intentional in actually taking care of those patients, because paperwork is really one of the hardest thing in the world, right? And that's the reason why we got Ray Berardinelli, creating that EMR. And there's the reason why we have that too. Speaking of that, I think this is Gwen. She is saying here, I think this may be the same modality I had demonstrated on me 15 years ago at, I guess this is Kansas PT Regional meetings. And she's interested. I would love to learn more about specific on it. Mike, could you share us more about that electrical stimulation, that microcurrent that you are talking about?
Yeah, let me get that thing out of my bag. So I don't know, these are kind of older models. So these are microcurrent point stimulation treatment points. And they basically, point stimulation, and they're friendly. There's like a spring, so you cannot puncture patients because we don't want to be invasive, right? So you don't want to be invasive. And your body is full of acupuncture points, which we know.
Has a spring?
What? There's a spring. There's a spring mechanism. So I can just poke it all the way to my head, and I'm not going to get punctured.
Mine doesn't go in.
But geriatric population have skins that are thin. So you be careful with the older
my
population.
device doesn't doesn't go in.
I can just push it all the way in, But again, I've used it so much that the spring has loosened up.
Okay, mine doesn't go all the way in. Yours, okay.
Okay, so the geriatric population have softer, thinner skin, so you just have to be extra careful using that. But basically, true microcurrent runs under DC under a millions of an amp. Any current that runs over a millions of an amp is alternating current. Is sympathetic, rather. So it's sympathetic. So anything over a millions of an amp is sympathetic, which is not good. We don't want to create stress to our body, nervous system. We have studies that show that when introducing DC current, non-specific area to the body, there's a drop of cortisol, especially when you use it on acupuncture points or trigger points. Acupuncture points have been known to have worked for thousands of years. And so when you influence a current using those acupuncture points, you treat the whole system. Whereas if you do a motor point, you only treat the whole motor area, like the muscle area. If you do a trigger point, you're only treating the local area, right? So basically, acupuncture points treat a whole system, more bigger area than just motor point or acupuncture or trigger point, because it works. But you have to understand, we don't want to be overthinking things. Physical therapists tend to overthink. That's just the thing I've seen, because when you're dealing with patients, we always look for diagnosis first. And diagnosis is very misleading. You just have to see that, You have to keep it simple. Think What is stressing my
right?
patient?
KISS.
Keep it simple. Think parasympathetic. Why is my patient under stress? What is stressing this patient? Why is there imbalances in the patient? And so if you take away the imbalances, the body goes into parasympathetic. So scar tissues is one source of sympathetic. Trauma, old childhood trauma, even from shin injuries, create scar tissues from the inside without scars. Head injuries, chin injuries are stressors. So think about your body is like a big ball of fascia. And if your body is fascia, and we all know that fascia is highly sympathetic, 85% of your fascia is sympathetically covered. So any trauma to that fascia, like a tension, like surgery, creates stress response. So imagine if this scar in my shoulder has been straining me for years since childhood. And so that stress level has already risen up. And so now as I grow up, I have emotional trauma because bills, wife, children. And so that stress goes up just by emotions alone, and then because you sit on a computer job or you do a lot of bending because you have to treat patients' back, then you have low back issues, which is a huge reason for, stress, because your parasympathetic ganglia exits at your sacrum and cervical. That means you get more stress buildup. And so you got to find out these reasons why there is imbalances so that you can get the body to heal. And so, but that's not how a therapist would look at things. They always look at diagnosis. They always look at what is the doctor telling me, although we are trying to think, but we're just very mechanical, just a mechanical population, which I respect. We all have our upbringing, but it's just looking at a different picture. What is blocking an energy? So if you believe in acupuncture and you've got a major scar on your belly, what happens to the energy? How do you picture out that energy flowing up and down? Okay, we are circuit. We're full of circuit, energy circuit. Abdominal scar, they're huge. If an abdominal scar is there, even from a laparoscopic procedure, it's pulling organs. It's pulling organs, and that's why people after laparoscopic procedures, they got dysfunction with their gut. It's straining their gut. C-section. Huge reason for pelvic floor weakness, C-section, dysfunction, and painful, sexual relationship. Or it pulls the sacrum posteriorly and down. That's why women with C-section tend to have low back pain, carpal tunnel, neck issues, all because of that scar. Unless these women are actively doing yoga, actively exercising, because they're keeping their sacrum moving. But for the sedentary women with C-section, they are the most affected with C-section, low back pain, sciatica, issues like that.
You know what? That's so true. I have this. My wife, by the way, just a disclaimer. I use this device.
Yeah.
I don't sell it, but I use it for my patients, my clients, and it's really life changing. My wife, she uses it almost every day for her C-section. It doesn't say C, but it looks like a U on her C-section. And I have a scar here. I got, there was a time I got injured here and had to do stitches. And now it's getting colder. It hurts, but when I use it on me, on this scar, it relieves the pain. And imagine that, having that whole thing on your back. But before we keep on going, Mike, let's talk about some more responsibilities.
A new rehab device is changing lives in physical therapy and possibly impacting those with debilitating diseases.
They said I was never going to run, and I'm running.
The last physical therapist I went to told me not to come back because there wasn't anything they could do for me. I didn't have much hope, but the first day they put the new gait on me, I immediately felt my leg again.
It actually wasn't a new gait when I saw the device. I saw it on Facebook, actually, as a training device for runners. No one had ever used it for therapy before. And to be able to just take this thing that was kind of unheard of, put it on, and go from walking down the hallway with 2 canes to walking without a cane and looking so much more confident almost immediately. That's kind of a highlight day for a therapist.
They said I was never going to run, and I'm running.
An invention geared towards athletes has inspired a new tool for physical therapy throughout the UP.
TV6's Nicole Buckman has more on the life-changing new Gait Device.
Improving therapy outcomes and restoring hope to patients. The new Gait is a patented wearable harness system comprised of shoulder straps, a waist belt, and limb straps, all interconnected by strategically placed elastic bands.
There was a point where I just wanted to stop and give up. The new Gait kind of gave me that hope again.
A patient introduced me to the new Gait. To me, it clicked right away that it would make sense, and I've been using it with patients on a regular basis ever since.
We're a team who cares in a way that is maybe unique for this day that we live in. And there's something within me that is really fulfilled by working on this project and watching what it can do.
All right, we are back. Thank you again very much. Thank you very much. The new Gait, guys, you gotta check that out. They've got this 30-day trial called the new Gait thing. New Gait, where it's strapping everything. Have you seen that video? It's amazing. I wish I invented it. I wish I invented it. I already thought about that. And before, when I was young, before we would improvise, put that, what you call this, that ace wrap. Remember, we put that in in the tibialis anterior, in the lower leg area. You do an ace wrap, you wrap it around the end of the shoe, and then so it promote dorsiflexion. Gosh, I've been doing that, with patients who have foot slap. And they invented it, and a therapist, saw it. So you check that out. The new Gait. When you try the 30-day thing, please mention it that you saw it through our channel, Alternative Healthcare Career Show. There's somebody asking, is there? I'm not seeing your name, but says, is there a new Gait for kids? You know what? We can ask the guy who invented it. It's probably adjustable strap and everything. It's probably, they can probably make one and customize it. So yeah, just reach out to them. Newgate.com. Benga is the CEO and Jordan is like the co-owner or whatever you call that. And just reach out to them. They're really good people. I've interviewed them several weeks ago. So all right, let's go back to our guest tonight. His name is Mike Lim. He is actually a physical therapist. And he's got lots of all stuff, going on in his life. I was reading his bio. Obviously, he's a physical therapist. He's got his leadership degree in College of St. Scholastica. He served in the U.S. Air Force as an operating room surgical assistant. You gotta follow this guy. And he also served as an honor guard while he was in the service. So right now he has he's the director of marketing for Maxicare Physical Therapy and Wellness and then stuff like that. And he also have this eco-friendly disinfectant sanitizing company wherein they disinfect people like me, right? Dirty people like me. You're so dirty, Michael. So, all right, without further ado, we got Mike Lim. Mike, I know I've asked you all these crazy questions in earlier. I guess, I just wanted to ask you this, with all this stuff that you're doing, as a business owner, as a family man. I know you're a family man. I see you, with your kids all the time, and your beautiful family. My next question, man, what is your biggest failure as a therapist or as an entrepreneur or whatever, and how did you turn it around? How did you turn this around, man?
A journey is a journey. If you journey with God, okay? Everything that happened to me in the past from joining the military was a blessing. It opened my eyes towards healthcare and getting a picture on how ortho was done, and being in the operating room is an opportunity, and serving the country. And doing home care was the journey, and that paved way for what I am now. So you guys, don't look at what you are doing now. Look at how your journey came about to what you are doing now. Because if you appreciate the little blessings that you've been receiving for the last 5, 10 years, or 15 or 20, you see more value what you are, and it's easier to bring more blessings to share to others. So downfall, I mean, what is my greatest, I don't see that, because if you're with God, you are with God's blessing. And so every opportunity, it started out with my own business. That business gave me more courage to market. And so because of that marketing, I got to be able to create marketing, for MaxiCare. And when I did marketing for MaxiCare, I learned to interact. And COVID came, I learned to open up nutrition business. And so you see a pattern if you bring glory to God. Because if you work alone without God's blessing, you don't have a purpose. Our purpose in life is not about business, it's not about money, it's about serving. And that's the commitment that we started our journey as therapists is, I became a therapist to help others, not to make millions, right? We are here to serve people, not to make millions. That will come to you at the right time, at the right moment, if you have great intentions. So the intentions matters the most for me. So like so many things happen, like last year we had a house fire. I'm not here at home. This is an apartment and it's a small room, but I'm grateful because it taught me to live simple. It taught me not to depend on so many things. Simple life is great. Again, God blesses you to journey on a different lifestyle, but everything adds up to what you are, truly who we are as a person, and so don't look at failures. There's no such thing as failure, because everything is always great. And that's why when something happens to your life, always say, thank you, God, for showing me this is happening. What is your plan for me? What is your next move for me? Open my eyes. If you can't, you got to say thank you for everything, because everything is a blessing. So the answer is closing a business was like, wow, this is not easy. I built this business of pain management and I got to close it to open up a new one. But, a lot of pride. It took me like a month or 2 or 3 to really swallow it in. But once you start giving blessing and thanking God, it doesn't feel heavy. It's grateful, like this is the journey that He wants you to be. So just be grateful, and find meaning in the things that go through your life, because they are meant to happen for a reason. Okay, like meeting Mike. I don't know how we got to meet each other, but somehow there's just that connection that binds us together. And
probably
so,
because of our names.
Because of our names, we look good in glasses,
Probably. And you have more hair than me, man. So
well, that's called Chinese culture.
Well, anyway, that was amazing. Guys, if you are still watching live, please comment live. If you're watching on the replay, please comment replay, because we want to know if you are watching, and we want to know if this is actually really helping you guys. Somebody commented here, yes and amen. Yes and amen. She's approving, or she's agreeing. That's Gwen, I believe. And Catherine, thank you very much for watching. She said, journey with God. And I like what you said, Mike. It's all about the service. All about the service. We're not here. Yes, we want to make money. Yes, we want to, take care of the bills and everything. But it's not about the money. We came into this profession to serve. Well, guess what? When you start serving, it's what? Everything will follow. Everything will follow. Like what Mike said, treat it as a journey. It's we have a destination in life, but enjoy the journey, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Mike mentioned it. I called him, I think last year. He was the one who was encouraging me. I'm going to put a solo on me right now. I got fired, okay? Right, last year. I still can't move on, right? So I got fired, and I called Mike Lim. I called him, man, I got fired. I need to learn what you're doing. I need to learn how to do what you're doing, blah, 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 private practice, do the pain management, and of course, everything. He was the one encouraging me. He was the one who told me, Michael, you can do this too. Well, guess what? When I asked him, I asked him, hey, Mike, how are you doing? Well, guess what? His house got burned that time that I called him. And he was the one who was encouraging me. And he was telling me, Michael, look at your blessing. Count your blessings. I'm like, and here I am. I still have a good house, I still have my family. Obviously, I got my family. We got our family. But he was the one encouraging me because he's still thankful that, Michael, those are just material things. He was teaching me, ladies and gentlemen. And guys, you have to learn, just like what he said. You gotta learn the little blessings in life. Whether it's big or small, you gotta be grateful about it. You gotta be grateful about it. And I like what he said. There's so much opportunities out there. I have sticky notes and I put it around here. You will see all my sticky notes here. There's so much opportunities out there. When one door closes, another door opens or a window opens. Whatever. You know what I mean. Do the ask method. ASK. I've talked about this last time. ASK. Letter A. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you will find. And knock, it will be open to you. Do the ask method. That's what Mike Lim is doing. Now he's opening up his bigger clinic. He had to close his other practice for you to be able to get bigger. Just like holding something. When you're holding on to something, you're not letting it go. Guess what? You're not going to be able to get a new thing. You got to learn how to let go of something in order for you to get a new thing. That's what he's teaching me. Mike, you got to learn how to let go. Let go of those stuff. In that way, you can get a new stuff. New things. Mike, I know you are very busy. Any last parting words for our friends in the Alternative Healthcare Career Group? We're going to stream this in our group, in our podcast, and also in our page, I believe. Any last parting wisdom? Where can we reach you? How can we, harass you or something like that? Is there any social media that we can reach you?
You can share my Facebook link for my profile. I do have a nutrition group that I started, and amazing smoothie group as well. And it's as simple as giving value. So you guys, you got to keep giving value when you post something on Facebook. You got to reach out and give value to friends. Just keep giving without expecting anything in return. And you will attract the people who you are attracting to. If you keep posting junkish stuff, funny stuff, nothing that relates to who you are, then it's, people will not see that. If you're trying to me, Mike? What?
Are you talking to me?
I am talking to you, straight at you. So if you follow me, if you want to be a friend of mine, you are more than welcome. I do want to keep giving and giving back, and wherever state you are, just mention that you found me at Mike's show, at the Alternative Career Health Carrier Show. More than welcome to join the wagon. And I post 3 things all the time. Keep it simple. Find 3 things that mean value to you. My faith is number 1. Nutrition and giving value to that is number 2. And giving life and value to others and giving hope, because I'm a hope dealer. I give people hope because that's all we have we can offer people, is giving people hope for a new life, a new rehab, a new journey after their injuries, right? That's what we are, hope dealers. So we want to give them value. So find something to keep value whenever you do something every day. Make it like a non-negotiable. So non-negotiable means you got to find somebody to help every day. Don't stop until you find that one person. Even though if it's by words or help, do something good.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful, Mike. Hope dealer. In the Philippines, there's a cigarette called Hope, Marlboro and Hope. That's not what we're talking about. Hope is a cigarette in the Philippines. I don't know. Do we have that here in the States?
No.
No. So, anyway, the hope that he's talking about, that's what we are, ladies and gentlemen. Alternative Healthcare Career Group. When we go into a patient's room, what do we see? When we go to a patient's house, what do we see? We see a patient who is so weak, can't even stand up, can't even walk. They have to use a walker. They just got sick, pneumonia, UTI, dehydration. Do we tell them, hey, you're not going to be able to walk? Do we tell them you're not going to be able to stand up? Do we tell them you're still going to stay in the bed? No. We are hope dealer. We tell them we're going to stand up. We're going to get better. We're going to be able to walk. And that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, you may feel like, gosh, you can't find a job right now. Don't declare that you're weak. There's this book, this book somewhere in the Bible between Genesis and Revelation. It says, let the weak say, I am strong. Let the weak say, I am strong. It doesn't say there, let the weak say, let's talk about our weakness. It says there, let the weak say, I am strong. That's what we do with our patient. We don't tell them you're weak. We tell them you're going to get better, you're going to get stronger. What's the next phrase on that? Let the weak say, I'm strong. What's the next phrase? Let the poor say, I am rich. When you're poor right now, when you're having difficulties right now, whether you're poor in finances, whether you're poor in health, whether you're poor in finding a job, you don't tell that. Let the poor say, I am rich. Be rich. Be rich in your words. Be rich in your compliments. Be rich in your in whatever. Right?
So God allows you to meet people at the right time. So you will meet them, and you just got to put meaning to that. People meet for right reasons. You just didn't meet in coincidence. There was a gift, that God allows you to meet this person at the supermarket or at the store or online. And that's how I was, seeing patients too, is, he shows me a person in need and I reach out to them, or they see me at the right time to reach out to me. So tonight, if you are watching this live, or a replay, you are meant to watch this journey so that it can also help bless your life.
Amen.
Everything has a meaning.
Everything has a meaning. And every time you meet a person, what's the first thing that you say? When you meet a person, you say, hello. So speaking of that, we're going to go a quick break.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Yes, I use HelloNote for the EMR that we use in our clinic. It's so easy. I'm actually doing some paperwork before we went live with Mike. But again, thank you very much, HelloNote, for doing that. I appreciate you. And we're almost done. Let me bring back Mike Lim. Mike, I asked you your biggest failures. How did you turn it around? Now, last but not the least, I know I asked you where they can reach you. Now I'm giving you the opportunity to say your platform, your product that you're offering, how you teach them how to start their own business. Can you share them that in like 1 or 2 minutes? We're almost done.
All right. So nutrition, it's a huge topic for people to talk about nutrition. And so if you keep it simple, there are platforms that are available, like different products, because sometimes products are a good way to jumpstart somebody's health. All right. You need to jumpstart somebody's health. Like somebody who's getting sick, a doctor gives them a jumpstart medicine to heal, even though our body can heal. When we're sick, we jumpstart it with Tylenol or acetaminophen to help us heal. So sometimes nutrition needs some reset and to heal. And so Arbonne has been there for 40 years, and I love their product formulation. They've been vegan and clean, and I can share with you that journey and how you can use nutrition as a leverage to help grow your business. So far, up to date, for the last 5 months, I helped grow about 20 people, nurses, therapists, and OTs, massage therapists, open up their own business online and grow their business successfully, all because of branding, leveraging profession, and just a technique and and a duplicable system. So it's a system that already is able to duplicate, So if you need to help build that journey, I am here to help you build and grow your business, locking arms with you all the way. A lot of people join these kind of businesses. They just jump in and then they die over time. Well, that's not going to happen, because you just got to meet the right person to help nurture your growth, And yes, tonight is just a great opportunity to be here. It's not about just business, but growing in faith, and that's where I am called to help people, is to serve by sharing my faith, because a lot of times we don't talk with faith. You go see a patient, don't forget, pray with them. Pray as you're working with them. Bless them. Just don't work with them. Bless them. When you leave, give them your blessing, because God gave us this blessing to share to others. And so God has blessed me too. He made things happen in the past just to curb me out of my pathway, to bring me into this direction. So be careful when you work out there, because there are just an unruly world, and you'll never know. So business is the future, guys. Business is. If you're enslaved with a paycheck, then you're going to be left enslaved by a paycheck. And that's what Robert Kiyosaki says. You got to learn to create your own business. And if you need help creating your business, I'd love to share that with you. My email is MikeLimPT@yahoo.com. Again, MikeLimPT@yahoo.com. And I can share with you my YouTube channel. Over hundreds of testimonial, one and done, two and done, fixing ADD, and chronic anxiety, chronic depression. The body can heal. The body is truly miraculous, can heal. All right, heal. I know the FDA doesn't like that word, but our body can get better when you create that right environment for healing. So truly appreciate Mike and his team, Alternative Careers and Health Professionals. We are all professionals. We just sometimes need somebody to inspire us, to guide us, to nourish us, because we're just so overburdened with the cycle of what we are doing, what we've been doing for years, and how we grew up trained, right? So hopefully you got some spark tonight and get more creative with opening a business, to knowing where your foot are right now. We just need a lending hand from a friend. Don't be afraid to ask from a friend. Even Mike here might not be your next door neighbor, but he is a very welcoming friend. You just reach out and he will gladly show you the right direction if you ask help from him, from Emma, from the team, including me, if you like me to. So again, I know we've gone past through the hour, but I am truly grateful. Mike, and where did you go? All right.
I'm just here. There you go. Again, thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate you. Thank you for the inspiration, for inspiring me too. Every time I called you, I appreciate you, brother. So, but before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST. FAST. Letter F. Find friends that will push you to your next level, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So, who are you hang out with tonight? I hanged out with Mike Lim, and I feel like I'm the pain expert, or whatever you call that. And speaking of that, I actually wore one of my friend there in Illinois clinic there, Marion Physical Therapy. His name is Joff de la Cruz. He teaches the martial arts against neurological disease. I think it's written there. Martial arts. Where is that? There you go. Martial arts against neurological diseases. There you go. Martial arts against neurological diseases. So he teaches martial arts and he incorporates that. You got to learn how to differentiate yourself from other therapists. That's his niche. He's a physical therapist, but he teaches them how to do martial arts. Same thing with Mike Lim. He does the thing, with the pain management and scar stuff. I'm the dementia guy, right? So you got to find your specific niche. Find friends that will push you to your next letter. What's the next letter on the word FAST? Letter A. You got to learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not going to do you good. It's not even going to do Mike Lim good if you don't take action on it. Take action, guys. Stop analyzing. Stop analyzing. A lot of people like to analyze and analyze and analyze, and they stop. They will what you call the analysis paralysis, right? Stop analyzing. Just do it, ladies and gentlemen. Just do it. Start a business. Start a side hustle. It's not going to hurt you. The worst thing that could happen is close the business side hustle, right? Start a side hustle, ladies and gentlemen. What's the next letter? Letter S is share. Please share this video, right? But shoot for the moon. Why? Because if you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to miss it. You're going to be landing with the stars. Right now, I kept shooting for the moon. Guess what? I'm landing with the star with Mike Lim. And last but not the least, letter T. Not timeout, because basketball is done. Go Lakers! Basketball is letter T. Not timeout, but teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And that's the reason why Mr. Mike Lim is here to teach us how to start your own private practice. You talk to him, reach out to him. Again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. I will see you again this Thursday. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And I will see you when I see you. Alternative Healthcare Career Group.
A new rehab device is changing lives in physical therapy and possibly impacting those with debilitating diseases.
They said I was never going to run, and I'm running.
The last physical therapist I went to told me not to come back because there wasn't anything they could do for me. I didn't have much hope, but the first day they put the new gait on me, I immediately felt my leg again.
It actually wasn't a new gait when I saw the device. I saw it on Facebook, actually, as a training device for runners. No one had ever used it for therapy before. And to be able to just take this thing that was kind of unheard of, put it on, and go from walking down the hallway with 2 canes to walking without a cane and looking so much more confident almost immediately. That's kind of a highlight day for a therapist.
They said I was never going to run, and I'm running.
An invention geared towards athletes has inspired a new tool for physical therapy throughout the UP.
TV6's Nicole Buckman has more on the life-changing new Gait Device.
Improving therapy outcomes and restoring hope to patients. The new Gait is a patented wearable harness system comprised of shoulder straps, a waist belt, and limb straps, all interconnected by strategically placed elastic bands.
There was a point where I just wanted to stop and give up. The new gait kind of gave me that hope again.
A patient introduced me to the new Gait. To me, it clicked right away that it would make sense, and I've been using it with patients on a regular basis ever since.
We're a team who cares in a way that is maybe unique for this day that we live in. And there's something within me that is really fulfilled by working on this project and watching what it can do.